Hi, it's Lynn with Soft Squares. Today is Saturday. It is August 26th, and that means it's time for the Saturday stitch-uation, where I talk about all things quilting in my world. Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Lynn with Soft Squares. This is the Saturday stitch-uation. It is a weekly video where I talk about projects, things I'm in the middle of, things I've done, different fabric hauls, if there's a contest it's addressed in here, and different things like that that are non-project specific. So we're going to talk about what I've been up to and what I have going on. This last week, my husband and I spent quite a bit of time out of town visiting with his brother. We were up in Rexburg, Idaho. It's farmland. There's a lot of things close by that you can do. We saw a lot of really cool things, including the Teton Dam. We went over to Jackson, Wyoming. We drove around in the country, the fields, and it was really fun, really pretty. And we also stopped in 2 quilt shops. So I made 2 videos this last week of different quilt shops that I went to. So go back and look for those if you haven't seen them. But I'm going to show you the things that I picked up when I was in each of those quilt shops. Alright, so the first one I went into is called Quilt Cabin. And Dicey Luke is the owner of that. So we can not get the... And this is her website. It's diceydesigns.com, and the link for these video tours will be at the end of this video if you haven't seen them already, but they were just recently uploaded. But anyway, this little place has 2 cabins. One is like a gift shop boutique, and then the other one is where the fabric and the actual quilt store is, and then above it is a retreat center. It's just sleeping arrangements for up to 7. So you can go with a small group. You can probably rent it, I'm guessing possibly similar to like an Airbnb. You want to contact her directly, but her website gives all the information for that. I also was able to get her at the end of the video where she's talking about an upcoming kind of a shop hop type thing that they're doing for the smaller quilt stores in that area, and all the information for that is also on her website, which is Dicey, D-E-Y-C-I-E, creates, oh sorry, diceydesigns.com. Alright, so in the boutique, they have all kinds of things in there. So in addition to the things that are ready-made and to sell, things like her quilts and things made from fabric, there's really cute little things like aprons and little girl skirts made out of denim where she's added like big fabric ruffles underneath. There's jams and jellies. She is a farmer and they grow mustard, and so there's mustard, different pots of mustard you can get, and I'm going to show you what I picked up. There's also just a lot of cute little knick-knacky country things in there and crochet type stuff. They're all finished projects that are in there, but there's a gentleman that works there and helps her out that he has put his photography in the gift shop, and so anytime you see any pictures in there, they're from this gentleman. And I'm going to show you what I picked up. This is a 2024 calendar, and this is by this gentleman. His name is Paul Barnes, and you'll hear his voice in the video, but you won't really see him. But it's showing the Swan Valley, which is where they're at. And look how pretty. This is just what's on the back. But, so there's actual photography in there of that area, and he's got a lot of really cool pictures in here. So that was really fun. So in addition to the quilting stuff, you have this photographer with his beautiful work in there. Alright, so the things I purchased in the country store, she has cobbler mix. So I picked this up. You can get these online. So by the way, the website does not have fabric, but it does have her finished products because the fabric changes so often. She doesn't keep that up. But I believe you should be able to get any of these on her website if you see something that you like. Now, we went with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law made dinner and had used the cobbler for the dessert. It was really tasty. But you just add a can of berries and butter and some liquid and stick it in the oven. I mean, it was really good and really, really good. This is this is whole wheat, easy country cobbler. Okay, now another thing I picked up there is cornbread. It's whole wheat buttery cornbread mix. And so she's got her cute little logo on there. Again, this is online. You just need butter, water, 2 eggs. And I hear it's amazing. So we've got both of those. I also picked up some of her jellies. So I got handmade peach almond. Doesn't that look yummy? I cannot wait to open this one. And then there's strawberry vanilla. And again, they do mustard there too. So I have honey pineapple mustard. They have all kinds of mustards that you could taste there and sample. She even had jalapeno. All kinds of things. They are limited runs when they do these, but she had this. Again, those are all available online. Now, I also picked this up, and in the video, you'll see me with this on my finger, and you might wonder what it is. It is a pin cushion for when you're doing hand sewing. So, there, now you can kind of see it. So if you're working, you can just stick your pin in there. Isn't that a cute idea? And it's really packed tight, and it is a pin cushion for your finger. I have big fingers, so I don't want to force it through there, but anyway, very cute. Okay, then we went up to the cabin where the fabric is, and I picked up some fabric. I want to show you this really pretty pink that I've got. So these were just flat folds, and so they're kind of random sizes. I'm not really sure off the top of my head what they were, how much they were, or size-wise. That has a teeny tiny little print to it. And then this one, and I don't know why I ended up with all this pink, but I did, so pink it is. And I also grabbed this. I took the end of her bolt. This was just over 5 yards. This will be perfect for a backing. Look how pretty. And it actually has gold leaf on there. So those are the things I came out with. Now her store is seasonal because she's a farmer, and you'll see in the video that they're in the middle of their property, and they do wheat and they do mustard, which is where they were able to get the ingredients specifically for these. But she is, like I said, she's a farmer, and they're only open September 1st. No, sorry, June 1st through September 30th. So really 4 months of the year. So if you're ever in that area, see if they're open, but it's really, really cute, and go check in and see that. So there's that. Now the other place that I went to is called Shogun Crafts. This is their business card. It's actually a magnet. And the story behind these guys is they used to go in and do craft shows and boutiques, and they started in 1982. In 1996, they built the building that they currently have, and they stopped traveling, so everything went into that. But that might be where it got its name, is from the when they were doing the traveling and the boutiques and stuff. Lisa is the owner. Doesn't have a website. They're in Teton, and the other place was in Ryrie. They're both similar areas of the area. And actually, both of these stores, in addition to a bunch of others, are involved in this kind of a shop hop. It doesn't have that name. I can't remember what she called it, but she's talking about it in the video. So these are two of the places out of the 16 that are involved in that. So if you're interested or will be in that area, that'll be something fun going on. But anyway, back to Shogun. So the video is amazing. It is a kind of a warehouse building, but I think it's a little bit of an A-frame on the inside. It is something that they built. They actually live in the house next door, and it was a mother and a daughter that did this, and the mother passed away in 2006. So Lisa's the daughter, and she's been running this on her own since then. And there's so much stuff in there. It is a tiny little building, and it is packed. I mean, packed. And there's a good portion of that building that she uses as her backstock and her private sewing room, and that's actually where we start the video. So you'll see all the stuff that's back there. But they have a lot of craft stuff, but it's mainly focused towards quilting. So she too also has quilts and finished products like aprons and other things like that in the store, but she has a ton of fabric and a lot of really cute things. Now, I don't need a ton of fabric. However, I found some things I couldn't leave the store without, and one of them is just this. It's an Identa pen. This is a pen like a Sharpie, specifically for fabric, and I don't have one of these, and I thought this would be really good to have. So I got this. It's a multi-surface marker. It is really good, like I said, for writing on fabric and plastic. And she had all these really cute buttons. So I came out of there with buttons. And look at these. These are little frog buttons. Can I make that better? Little frogs. My grandson is into trains. He's the Paw Patrol kid, and now he's got the train thing going. So he's going to get something, yeah, I guess that's the right way, with the trains on him. My granddaughter is into foxes, and I found these little buttons. These are actually recycled paper. It says 75% recycled cotton. Oh, not paper, cotton. Regardless, it's recycled, and isn't that cute? They had some other animals, but the foxes had her in mind. And then I came home with this gigantic button, which I think would be cute on a bag, maybe even on a quilt that's a wall quilt. And then they had this style. This company is called Coordinates by Lamode, and they have 3 buttons that are similar to each other. So they're not a set of 3, but they're a set of coordinating buttons. So you can use them in the same project or coordinating projects. Isn't that just adorable? Cute idea, right? And here's my last one. So, got all these cute buttons. And I am always, or usually, in the middle of a lot of projects at once. And so I will start the projects, I'll cut them, I will mark them, and I'll get them ready to work on. And I'm going through a lot of marking pins and tools, because when I have the project I'm in the middle of and I'm only to that stage, that stuff is used, but it gets put to the side, so then I'm looking for something else for another project. And I have the Lori Holt little stickers, which I really like, but they're a sticker, so they come off, and if you need to make a pile or you need to pin it, pins are better. So I have these really good pins I use that are actually on my wall for most things. And I don't know why, but I just like these pins on my wall, probably because they're white and they blend in. But between using them on projects and taking them on my wall, I pretty much don't have that option for using those pins anymore. So I found this in her store, and it is even better than what I had, because it counts up to 20. And what I like about this the best is each number has its own compartment, and there's 2 sides to this, so 1 through 10 on one side, 11 through 20 on the other side. Where the other ones with the stars, they don't go that high, and so I was kind of being creative and numbering things that were past 10. So this is great because they're in their own container and they count higher, and it gives me one more thing with numbers to use for my projects. So that's what I came out of with there. And so check both of those videos out. Again, those videos will be at the end of this one. I also created a new video on African fabric and quilts that were made from it. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law spent some time in Africa on a mission, and they came back with all this beautiful fabric, and she has turned a lot of it into quilts. Now they have 2 homes. They have a second home where we were at, and it's mostly a kind of a family home. So they go up there to visit family and to recreate, but the point is they have a lot of bedrooms in this house, and it's meant for all the kids and grandkids to be able to come anytime they want, and maybe even all at the same time. So they have all these bedrooms with beds in them. They've got 2 beds with double bunk beds that will sleep 2, 4, 6 in each room just on the bunk beds. Then she has 4 rooms including the master bedroom that have large beds that are between double and a king. So she's got, and then futons. So the point is there's all these beds that need quilts, and so she was able to make these beautiful quilts out of her fabric from Africa, and I'm going to give you a tour of her house and how she had used those fabrics. What I like the best about all of that is, in addition to being unique and bright and fun, they are basic. She didn't want to do a lot of intricate cutting with the prints because they're large, big, bold prints, and it just gives you a lot of ideas on what you can do when you run into something like that, where you don't necessarily want to cut it up because the print itself is so pretty. So hopefully that video gives you some ideas, and I'm going to put a little snippet of that here, but go watch that whole video. There's beautiful, beautiful fabrics there. I only brought just a little bit home. There's a lot more there. I need to go back. She had to buy a suitcase just to bring her fabric. I did have to buy an extra suitcase to bring home this fabric home. All right, and look, she used part of the fabric to make a tissue box cover. Just because I was bored. And they're so cute. She's got them throughout the house. Yeah. Because I was gone most of last week, I haven't done a whole lot on sewing, but I am working on my daydream quilt. And let me see if I can show you it on the wall. Yeah, it's clear down there, that bottom block. I've got all 12 blocks stacked right there, and I just have to do the finishing kit. So I have gone through and I've cut my strips for the finishing. Actually, this is the quilt, the finished quilt that I'm working on. I've made a video series on these, so there's blocks 1 through 12 have their own video, and they're already out. And now I am doing the finishing, which are the cornerstones, the sashing, the border, and then this will go out to be quilted. So there will be videos on the finishing, but I have started to cut the fabric out for that. And I'm using the fabric line Silver Jubilee. This is actually a pattern that came from Annie's Kit Clubs. And so it was a block of the month project where they were sending them out each month. And like I said, I got everything done except the finishing, and it's been a few months, but I am ready to start on that. And then Reb's Fab Stash also has a block of the month that's going on that I am in the middle of working on. You can see the little green 9 patches. That video will be coming out soon, and then another block of the month video for them will be coming out as well. So watch for those, but that's what I was able to do this last week. Don't forget, I have the new 3-yard quilt books, the latest ones, available on my website. So go to softsquares.com, and under patterns you will see that is their latest quilt book. It just came out a week ago, so I have them in stock and I can send them out to you. A few weeks ago I went into Riley Blake and they gave me some things, so I did a drawing to give these away. I announced the winner last week and she did not respond, so I'm going to pick another winner. This person also has until Friday to respond, Friday at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Contact me at Lynne, L-Y-N-N-E, at softsquares.com, and it's Linda Lovely. So congratulations. Please contact me with your address at that email address that I gave you. If I don't respond to you, please reach out again, because it just means I didn't get it, and I'll pick another winner if I don't hear from you. So you want to make sure that if you respond that I acknowledge it and get that back to you. So again, you need a U.S. shipping address and to contact me by Friday at 6. I have some good news for you. So you see this American Patchwork and Quilting catalog, or magazine, sorry. I love this quilt that's on the front. This is a pattern by Joanna Figueroa, and she has been featured on here. When you open it up, here she is, and then here they've used the quilt in a different colorway, but it's actually a free pattern. So I'm going to tell you how you can get this pattern, and it's a 1-block project. So this is the block, and this is what they've used on the cover photo, but you can see this is what it looks like just with some bright fun colors. And again, here it is on the cover, and isn't that just gorgeous? So to get this quilt, it will be in the description. Okay, to get this pattern, go to allpeoplequilt.com, one word, and then /306. That will take you to this free pattern that you can download. So go get that pattern and let's make this together soon, sometime. In Utah, we have a lot of quilters here and a lot of quilt shops, and there's a big quilt festival that happens every year at a place called Thanksgiving Point. It is in Lehi, Utah, and it is amazing. You can check into this yourself by going to thanksgivingpoint.org, /events/garden-of-quilts. Now, Garden of Quilts is an upcoming event that's coming up in September. I'm just telling you about it in case you have need or reason or want to plan a trip to Utah during the time that it's happening. It is September 13th through the 16th. It's a Wednesday through Saturday. They will have vendors, they will have classes, there's cost to enter, and all that information's online. I'm not sponsoring it, I'm just letting you know this is really, really cool and it's going on, and I'm going to try to go to that, so I will report back after that happens. But the Garden of Quilts is what this event is called, and I'll put that information in the description as well. There will be more videos coming out. I'm still working on these holiday boxes. I am so excited about them. Fabric and the big patterns are coming in for them. So if you haven't checked that out or purchased yours yet, be sure to do that. It is limited, and I'm going to start doing a big push on marketing for that. I'm not known for selling or being a person to get boxes from. So really, the only people that even know about it are those who know of my YouTube channel. So I'm going to start advertising and putting a push out there for that. So if it's something you're thinking about or considering, don't wait too much longer, because that will be happening soon. And again, they're limited number, but there's box A and box B. The two boxes together are not going to overlap in product, and it will give you everything that I wanted to put in one box, but I broke it up into two. So it's more affordable. You can get one or the other or both, and there are financing options through PayPal. So just know that there's some things you can think about. The plan is that they're going to ship in November. If I can, I'm actually going to shoot for sending them out mid-October. So it's an Advent box. They will be wrapped and numbered 1 through 25. So go check softsquares.com for information on that if that's something you're interested in. But they are coming together, and I'm so excited. I hope you guys will look into it. Don't forget, I have a Facebook page for Softsquares. I would love for you to join that and post the projects that you're working on. I also have a group that you can get to through the Facebook page called Quilting Fabric Donation and Swap, and it's a place for free fabric where you can exchange with other people that are looking for things, or if you have something. It's not as active as I have had it in the past, although we're getting back going again. So definitely check into that. It's really good to be able to help others who are looking for something specific, or others who need it. Maybe you're in that position where you're trying to finish something and you need a specific fabric, like, hey, who has a fabric with elephants on it, or whatever. So this is a fun little group that is just getting going, but that's a web page through Facebook. So I have sorry, it's a group through Facebook. So I have my page for Softsquares, and I have the group for the fabric. So check those two things out. I will be adding more products to Softsquares for quilting supplies, so keep your eyes out for that. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Please check back often. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a great day.